The seat taken?
Nobody's in the seat, then ain't taken, friend.
So this is Sabacc?
Sabacc.
What is up? What is good? Welcome back to Sabacc the Block, your favorite Star Wars show, or at least I hope it is. I'm back here with Emma Fyffe. Emma, this is our holiday special.
Yes. Which, you know, depending on your taste, is perhaps superior to the Star Wars holiday special. I'm not gonna tell you your own opinion, but
I still haven't seen the new one, the animated.
the Lego one?
Yeah, I want to see
I
that.
actually haven't watched it either. That's on my list. So I'm working on these like dumb Christmas ornaments. They're like little reindeer, and they're like made out of like plastic canvas that you like knit yarn through, and they have like little opening, closing mouths that you can put like candy in or whatever if you want. But it's been like, it's very like stress reducing for me to just like sit and watch Christmas movies and work on these ornaments. So the Lego holiday special is definitely on my list.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to enjoy it. Especially because it's all connected throughout all the Star Wars films, and I notoriously like all the Star Wars films. So I'm sure I'll get a kick out of it no matter what. But either way, yeah, there you go. See, Wookiee's on our side. But at the same time, we are here because we just got the season finale of The Mandalorian. And I don't want to waste any time. Let's just go straight to it. Star Wars news.
Freaking go.
I heard a story about you. I was wondering if it's true.
So we finally got The Mandalorian season 2 finale Thursday night. At least we got it Thursday night, midnight. And it's one of those things where all of Twitter blew up, and I knew it was going to happen. And I know a lot of people, there's a lot of controversial takes as far as like when to spoil, when not to spoil.
Yes.
I'm definitely on the not spoiling take, but definitely on the, you could still give your reaction. Like,
I am
like, wow, that was great. Or cool.
I'm all for people giving their reactions. I do think some of the reactions that I saw were in spoiler territory. I am incredibly good at avoiding spoilers. Some of it has to do with my Twitter mute list. Like, I'm pretty sure I still have the word Star Wars muted on Twitter. Though I unmuted the Star Wars official Twitter account. I have a huge mute list on Twitter. Honestly, that is the key to a really positive Twitter experience, is just mute people and things that are annoying you. So I didn't actually watch this until I think Saturday morning.
Wow.
But I didn't really get it spoiled for me.
Incredible. That is remarkable. See, my thing is like, I hate like the images, like people posting images like that to me is like, come on. Like, let people experience that firsthand.
This was vaguely spoiled for me based on something that a friend of mine tweeted, who, like myself, is a big Last Jedi stan.
Yeah, I mean, let's just get to it.
Yeah.
I didn't even put, so in my notes, I didn't even put like, I mean, I put overall thoughts on the episode, but like right under that, I put, let's just talk about the big reveal, because I feel like that's what everyone's talking about, and then we can go backtrack and go focus on the episode.
Yeah.
Because I have my thoughts, and I let my thoughts know on Twitter. Literally that same night, I tweeted my thoughts out as far as like what I felt about the whole reveal and all that, and how people were kind of tweeting about it. Because my timeline was actually kind of split as far as people's reactions, as far as people saying this was incredible or that reveal was kind of limiting. But either way, Emma, I want to hear your take. What did you think?
I tweeted what I think is the perfect GIF to encompass my reaction, which is, you know, that One Punch Man GIF of Saitama with all the sakura petals and the flashiness like blowing in his face, and he just goes, okay.
Yep, I do know that.
That was me. Okay. I didn't hate it.
Define Saitama and One Punch Man's GIF.
Saitama?
No, define it as in like, what do you mean? Did you like?
Meaning like,
meaning
it was like a lot of flash and circumstance that was like supposed to excite me that I felt nothing about.
Okay. So you were not about the whole, sorry guys. I mean, if anyone's here,
listen,
and if you didn't see the episode, please leave. But you didn't like Luke Skywalker showing up.
I did not like it. I just didn't feel anything. Okay. I just am dead inside is what I'm saying. Like, truly felt nothing.
See, here's my thing. I'll counter you with this. I did feel something for Luke, but it was more like, oh, cool. It wasn't necessarily like crying tears of joy like a lot of people did.
Yeah.
All love to anyone who cried tears of joy for Luke Skywalker. I cried tears when I saw the Din take off his helmet, say goodbye to Grogu.
Oh my God.
To me,
no, and that's
what made it work.
The thing. Yeah. Is that like, there's so much about this episode that I really enjoyed. The Luke Skywalker thing just wasn't one of them. Yeah. That's my thing. See, this is what I tweeted out. So you tweeted out your One Punch Man. I said this. I said,
my thing is like a lot of people are criticizing the whole Luke reveal, saying, you know, oh, we're going back to the same thing. We're doing the same thing all over again. It's the Skywalker saga, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I don't think that's true. I think the Luke reveal was a fun little 5-minute twist where we get to see Luke. We will never see him again. And it's one of those things where the real connection, the real thing that made the finale work for me, you could have cut the entire Luke scene out. It could have been anything else. It could have been a bomb just went off or Fennec Shan just shot up all the Dark Troopers. I don't care. What worked for me was Din and Grogu. That's what's been working for me since season 1. That's why I like the finale, because I felt like that still works. Like if you take Luke out, it still works hand in hand.
Absolutely. And
I think that's what makes the show so good. It is Din and it is Grogu. So that's my take.
No, absolutely. And that's the thing is that like, I definitely did not hate the Luke Skywalker thing by any stretch of the imagination. As everybody knows, I did not care for Rise of Skywalker, but this did not go to the same lengths that Rise of Skywalker did that made me feel like it was making the Star Wars universe extremely small. That's ultimately my huge issue with Rise of Skywalker is I ended Last Jedi feeling like, damn, anything is possible. This universe is gigantic, to this is a story about 2 families. So bringing Luke Skywalker in this case, I again felt a little bit of the all right. Like to me, it felt a little boring and predictable, quite honestly, because again, this story just keeps coming back to being about 2 families. Or it wasn't even really about 2 families. It was about 1 family. And then Rise of Skywalker was like, guess what? Palpatine's also a family, baby. But I understand where the decision came from, and for where Luke Skywalker is in his journey at this point in his life, this particular scenario did make sense. I was underwhelmed by it, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't underwhelmed. I had a lot of fun with it, but I felt like that's what's so great about the show is that the show knows when to have fun. It has a ton of fun. A lot of the show is very much light, fluffy, candy, cool, fun moments. But, and I put this but because I feel like it's there. And this is also what I said in my tweet. If you look deeper, there's also substance. There's also character growth. There's also a character, the title character, which is the Mandalorian, Din, who grows, who learns, who discovers, who learns that maybe his way of doing things isn't the way. Maybe what I've grown up with and what indoctrinated me isn't the correct way. When he meets other people, he gets to know Bill Burr. Like that's what makes the show great. It's not the sweet candy, cool stuff. That's fun.
Yes, absolutely.
It's Din. I think like Din Djarin is such a cool character. I really do feel that.
I'm totally with you on that. I'm totally with you on that, Ace. And it's like, again, like once again, the lightsaber stuff was cool. But also in a way, it didn't personally bother me, but I do see some people in chat bringing up something that I feel is very relevant, which is that it kind of took the story away from Din Djarin, that Luke kind of showed up to bail them all out.
I mean, I think that's what they were building towards, though. They were building towards a Jedi showing up regardless. And I feel like it was 5 minutes. Like, to me, it's like, it's not like he showed up for 5 episodes and was like,
oh, no, totally.
Like, to me, I think it's the perfect, like, 5 minutes. Luke says, I'm a Jedi. He says 2 lines. I'm a Jedi. He needs your permission. That's it. Walks away, pieces out, literally throws up deuces. That's it. And I was like, that's perfect. It's not, you know, it's not going to be called the Mandalorian plus the Skywalker or the Mandalorian plus Luke. Like a lot of people are saying like, oh, they went back and they're doing the same thing and they're following the Skywalker. No, I don't think that. I just think it's like a one-time thing. That's
I didn't feel that way either. Yeah. I do think, and Bradley Burnett points this out in chat, that it is very valid also to say that it does make me wonder what happens next with The Mandalorian, because what was so integral to this show and what made it really work was the relationship between Grogu and Din Djarin the Mandalorian. So, you know,
if I'm being honest, and I have to be honest, I feel like Din can carry this on his own. I really do feel that. And I know a lot of people don't feel that way. I know a lot of people love Grogu. But to me, Grogu is always going to be that, very cute character who makes a lot of emotions with his eyes, and he has a lot of emotion, but he doesn't necessarily have a lot of conversation or a lot of things to offer you. So I feel like Din got what he needed from Grogu, which was a different perspective on his life and how he himself thinks of himself, where he's not just a part of the group or another Mandalorian. He is Din. He is an individual, a father, someone who can care about someone. So I feel like Grogu fulfilled his purpose. I think Din can carry this on his own. I really do feel that there's enough with Mandalorian culture, with Bo-Katan, with, you know, the Darksaber, all that jazz, that Din can kind of be like, yo, I know who I am now. Let me do what I got to do, or let me do this, or let me see what I can solve, because I know that I have a bigger role to fulfill than just being a basic bounty hunter.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I mean, at the point that we've left him, like, obviously he is with other Mandalorians, and we have an unresolved storyline there of
very unresolved.
First of all, what the F is happening on Mandalore? And also this whole thing with the Darksaber, and like it has to be won in combat. So
yeah,
it's not untrue, but like Bo-Katan just got the Darksaber from Sabine after they retrieved it from Darth Maul.
Yeah. Shout out to Alex Damon. He's always going to be this guy, but he pointed this out. You're right. But he said, what if that didn't work? And maybe that's why she lost it again.
That's very possible, which I again, that didn't bother me. I was just like, huh.
Yeah, I know. I was the same way. I was like, wait a minute, what? But again, I was cool with it at the end of it. But again, it's one of those things where every time it's like, damn it, we got to do this again. You're pulling a Wakanda on me.
Yeah.
It's challenge day for, shout out to RB3. He gets that reference.
It's challenge day.
Yeah, exactly. Umbaku. But I feel like that
from the mountain tribe. Sorry. That's my favorite.
But I feel like
you
that's
go
what
off, RB3.
That's what it is. It's like this high-tech cultural, high-tech weapons warrior mentality where it's like, you got to beat me up to get it. And it's like, really? Beat you up?
Yeah.
Sure. Why not? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it. But yeah, there's a lot there. I actually kind of want to just jump to that, Emma. What do you think as far as what's going to happen with, man, I don't know if I should, let's just do it. What's going to happen with The Mandalorian season 3? Because I don't know if we have, maybe the chat can let us know if there's an official release date for season 3 of The Mandalorian, but I don't think we have one yet. I know we're getting one, but we don't know when, or we don't know what's going to happen. So I guess this is our full Sabacc for now, but
yeah.
What are your thoughts as far as like what Mandalorian season 3 is gonna be, and when is it gonna be?
Okay, well, first of all, I'm like fully in this Darksaber chat that's happening right now in the chat, which I was like putting it together in my head, and I'm like, okay, so who is the rightful owner of the Darksaber then?
It's Din.
No, but I mean like previously to that, like before Sabine and Ezra and company all got their hands on it. Like, I think Obi-Wan, because he technically killed Darth Maul? Like, you know?
Moff said it was Bo. He said that she was the previous owner of this.
But Sabine just gave it to her.
I know.
Okay, anyway, there's a lot to unpack there. But I mean, I feel like we've set up this homeworld Mandalore story that we have to go somewhere with. And again, we still have not gone down the path of Grand Admiral Thrawn, who was mentioned previously. Again, I don't want it, because it was mentioned in The Mandalorian, I don't want that to just be in the Ahsoka show. Like, that needs to appear on this show in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Yeah, what's interesting, though, is that if I'm being honest, Emma, I kind of feel like it just will appear in the Ahsoka show.
I don't disagree.
Yeah. I feel like, here's my thing. I feel like everything we speculated for The Mandalorian can still come into play in the Ahsoka show, meaning Sabine. I still think Sabine can show up in both shows.
Oh, definitely.
I would say Ahsoka first. I would even say she would show up in the Ahsoka show before she shows up in The Mandalorian. Also, Ezra. I still think Ezra is going to show up. I'm just that kind of guy.
Yeah. I still fully believe that Ezra will be making an appearance. An appearance.
But it's one of those things where that's kind of the problem with setting up so many shows. And I guess we're kind of jumping around, but let's just jump to the Green Psylop, which is the Book of Boba Fett.
It only had this little green Psylop.
The Book of Boba Fett, I can't lie. So again, I was on Twitter right after I saw the show, and I just had this I was an emotional wreck after seeing Luke, R2, X-Wing, Red 5, and then seeing Din take off his helmet and say goodbye to Grogu. So I was like a wreck. And then all of a sudden, here comes Fennec Shan, and there's Bib Fortuna. When I saw Bib, I was like, bro, dude, what are you doing, bro? That was funny though. That was really funny. But when Boba showed up and he shot everyone, he sat on the throne. It was this cool shot. I can't lie, Emma. I let out a big meh. I was like, meh.
Yeah. Okay. And it's super funny because like as you know, at the start of this was like, I don't want Boba Fett to be on this show. Then Boba Fett showed up and I was like, you know what? Good job. This was a good way to bring him back. I'm on board. I'm with it. Having Fennec Shan come back at the same time was like a really nice way to make me more interested. And then the Book of Boba Fett situation came up and I was like, okay. But then they were like, Book of Boba Fett, directed by Robert Rodriguez. And I went, now you have my attention.
Yeah, straight up the Drake meme where he goes like that. And then he's like, the Drake meme. Yeah.
Yep.
That's exactly what I thought too. And I wrote that in my notes where I can't lie. If they didn't say Robert Rodriguez, I would be so mad.
Whatever about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So whatevs. Because I know a lot of people lost their mind and they were like, oh my God, the post-credit scene. And I was like, I thought the episode was like 20 times better. I thought like the 2-minute scene between Grogu and Din was better than the potential of a Book of Boba Fett show.
Yeah.
But and I'll do a big but is the Robert Rodriguez.
It's the Robert Rodriguez of it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I totally agree.
He's so talented and he really does have a connection with characters and action and moments. Like he's a good director. And that's why I'm just like, maybe, but again, I don't know what I mean, obviously it's going to be a lot of flashbacks, right? I think that's what they're going to do. It's going to do.
I mean, if this is going to be like a Tales of Jabba's Palace kind of situation with Book of Boba Fett, like, cause he assumed like Jabba the Hutt's throne, basically, like, I don't know, it could be fun. And again, like it's the Robert Rodriguez of it all. I like what he did with the episode of The Mandalorian that he directed. And I like him as a director. So I think there's a lot of potential here. Also, again, like Ming-Na Wen has basically confirmed that Fennec Shand is going to be like a major recurring character on that show, which I'm very excited about. Even though in all honesty, I really wanted her to run off with the Mandalorians and for her and Bo-Katan to get married because like they made meaningful eye contact at one point on this episode. And I was like, oh, I immediately ship it. Like, I just want those two ladies to be in love.
Yeah, I know. I feel like Fennec is such a great character that I'm definitely on board with her being on the show for sure.
Yeah.
It's funny. The Zeno hour in the chat said we need Danny Trejo to show up. Danny Trejo.
Oh yeah.
As like a bounty hunter.
Fucking lootly well.
Yeah, he'd be like a bounty hunter homie of Boba Fett or maybe an enemy.
I'm in.
I would love that. I thought that would be amazing. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot there, but I still feel like, I don't know. I'm going to trust Robert Rodriguez. That's all I'm going to do because to me, there's too many holes that I could be like.
Yeah, I'm completely with you though, Ace, with the like, I truly was like, okay, fine about it until they said Robert Rodriguez. And then I was like, okay, now I'm interested.
Yeah, which was much afterwards when they said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why to me, like, there's definitely story there. I'm not going to say there isn't because I feel like a lot of it can be from flashbacks, maybe different missions he can go on. But to me, I still feel like I'm way more invested in Din. And I'm way more invested in The Mandalorian and what they're going to deliver. And I know there's been a lot of conversation around like the potential of The Mandalorian going forward without Grogu. without all this stuff that he has to deal with without this mission. But I still feel like Din is such a compelling character to me that I feel like it works, man. Like I'd rather see more of that.
There's there's totally more potential for the show, even without Grogu, even though once again, like that sort of lone wolf and cub father-son story with the Mandalorian and the baby, like, was central to this first storyline, which happened across the course of 2 seasons. And here's the thing is that I'm not sure if this is like Netflix series, but often when Netflix series are made, what gets broken up into seasons 1 and 2 on Netflix, from the point of view of the people who are working on the show, is only season 1. And I feel like that's maybe what happened with The Mandalorian.
And I'm just gonna jump in here, and I want to agree with Emma. That's usually exactly what happens.
Yeah.
If you watch a lot of TV shows, the season 2 finale is usually where like the show kind of
storylines wrap up.
Yeah. So I don't know where this is gonna go forward. I mean, I don't know if Jon Favreau is going to be coming back as the showrunner for this, or if there's going to be another showrunner. Usually after 2 seasons is when that replacement happens too. So maybe there's going to be a change behind the scenes, and but who knows?
What do we think the stories are going to go, Emma? As far as, is it going to be Bo-Katan versus Din the whole time? Is it going to be like a faction war?
I would love it if it was just like the 2 of them, and it was like a buddy cop comedy situation of, I mean, not fully a comedy, but you know what I mean, of like, they're like kind of stuck together because like he has the Darksaber, but she doesn't want to beat him up because like he's been a cool ally to her. And she's just like trying to find the right moment to like challenge him in single combat to get the Darksaber back. But he kind of ensnares her on like other journeys he needs to go on and vice versa.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's definitely potential where I could see something like that, where they're trying to deal with their differences and maybe Bo-Katan has to like, I don't know, maybe she's dealing with maybe Din being the correct leader and being the true owner of the Darksaber. Or I could also see a Bo-Katan heel turn, or she is the enemy and she's declaring war on Din, and Din is like trying to defend himself, and maybe he has to join up with other Mandalorians who believe in him, and Bo-Katan is going back to join up with other Mandalorians that believe in her. That's also like a potential of like a Mandalorian civil war type thing. I could see that too. I actually would like that. I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
No, definitely not.
I know a lot of people are precious over Bo-Katan and don't necessarily want to see her as the bad guy, but I think that'd be kind of cool to see her as like an antagonist towards Din.
Yeah, she's not a bad guy by any stretch of the imagination, but seeing her as an antagonist in a storyline about Din Djarin, a Mandalorian who's part of like a more like culty extremist faction, at least certainly that's the way she views them. Yeah. Which is interesting, right? Because it would almost make Din seem a little bit more antagonistic in her point of view. Totally,
because he's the weird religious zealot and she's more of like the freedom person.
Yeah.
Which even makes more interesting stories, in my opinion. Derek Lugo in the chat sent us a super chat. He said, you might see Filoni or one other director take over the show running duties post season 3. Chapter 16 felt like a series finale for me. Yeah. It did feel like a series finale. What'd you think of that?
I have to admit, Derek, that quite frankly, once they announced the Book of Boba Fett thing, I was like, oh, The Mandalorian was a limited series.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, The Mandalorian is done. And now we're just going to do lots of other Star Wars series that might pick up some of the threads that were introduced in The Mandalorian.
I agree with you, but also I can't lie. There was a lot of speculation as far as, and I think we confirmed that it's not this, as far as like the Book of Boba Fett is going to be The Mandalorian season 3. And that's where I was like, it's not. I know it's not, but that concerned me.
But I thought that as well. So yeah.
Yeah. That concerned me because I was like, I don't want to see Boba. I want to see Din.
Yeah.
But now that we know that's not the case, it's interesting because it did feel such like a series finale.
Yes.
That I mean,
they wrapped up the one storyline that we really were following and cared about.
Yeah, but it's one of those things, Emma. Man, I don't know. Maybe I'm just spitballing here, but they haven't started production yet. We know we're getting
That's
a
true.
season 3 in 2022, but they've announced like all these Star Wars shows that are so far down the road.
Yeah, it feels like The Mandalorian is almost like an afterthought at this point.
Right? That's kind of what I'm just like, why are we not like getting a release date, getting an announcement, getting like all this kind of stuff as far as like maybe even a tease of the story? Like
Whatever.
that's the
It's
correct
just
thing to do.
allowing more time for Jon Favreau to call me and be like, listen, we got to figure out how we incorporate your totally not canon Star Wars RPG character who is Mandalorian into the 3rd season of this show.
Yep.
I can dream. Okay. I did want to say that Film DJS in the chat said, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Bo-Katan make Din promise to help her in return for helping get Grogu back? Now, I may be misunderstanding, but my understanding was she was like, Moff Gideon is mine. You have to let me fight Moff Gideon and take the Darksaber back from him. Not specifically, I need you to help me. It was like, I need you to help me get to Moff Gideon. And well, sort of happened.
Yeah,
But
it wasn't.
they don't have to kill each other though, because he didn't kill Moff Gideon and take the Darksaber. He defeated him in combat and took it.
Yeah, I actually saw someone say that on YouTube. Someone was like, "Yeah, just beat him up a little bit, just take the saber."
It's fine.
He's like, "Hey, hit me, you know, just a few shots and take the saber from my hand, and you could say you took it from me. It's fine."
Yeah.
We have another super chat from Darth, Mr. Meeseeks. Thank you. He says, "Did you catch the possible double meaning of Gideon saying that the child possesses the ability to bring order to the galaxy? Replace order with balance, and he could be a brand new story years in the future. And happy holidays." Yeah, replace order with balance, and he could be a brand new story. I don't know, Dark. You can let me know in the chat. Are you implying like maybe a first order tease? Is that what it was?
I don't know.
Because I definitely did notice that, because he put a lot of emphasis on the word order.
Yeah.
Like he really like hit it. And I was like, maybe. Yeah,
Maybe.
because I have not been on that theory, is if I'm being honest, on the whole Snoke theory, as far as like Grogu is going to bring Snoke to life or something.
Oh my God, that's a theory.
Yeah.
I mean, of course it is. yeah.
Yeah, as far as like you pump up the midichlorians in this being that, the acolytes of Palpatine are making Snoke, and they need Grogu's blood to complete the Frankenstein Snoke of it all.
Okay.
But I haven't been on board with that.
I mean,
but honestly,
we do know that Moff Gideon got a sample of the baby's blood, which is all he needed. So there's still definitely unresolved storylines there that may come back around. Also, I just wanted to say in chat, Jonathan Yara, I wonder if Bo-Katan's sister and Obi-Wan will be canon. They are canon. Clone Wars is canon.
yeah, Clone Wars is canon.
The end. Anyway.
Yeah, and Bo-Katan is definitely canon too.
Definitely canon.
I just wanted to jump in here and say we do have a couple of stream labs.
Oh,
donations.
let's jump to it, man. Yeah, because I kind of finished my general stuff anyways.
Oh yeah,
Go ahead.
and again, people, if you want to contribute to the show, firstcut.live. This is the last episode we're doing of 2020,
Yeah.
so send us off right. Christmas time, help us have a good Christmas here at First Cut and for Sabacc the Block. And if of course the times are tough, if you can't support monetarily, the very least you could do is hit the like button. It's just one click. There's 55 of y'all watching right now, 59 of y'all, and only 30 likes.
See 63 on my end.
63. Look at that. And the more you hit the like button, the more people we get watching the show, which means the show could get bigger. We could get more things going. So again, hit the like button. And if you're able to donate monetarily, firstcut.live. Brad, our great supporter Bradley Burnett donated to Streamlabs. So here we go.
I look forward to this show every Tuesday and just want to thank you all for your work. With so much divisive and harsh internet commentary about Star Wars, it is great to see a show where opinions are well argued and respected.
Thank you, Bradley.
Thanks, Bradley.
Happy Life Day. We should remember the majesty of the holiday special. Even at 5 years old, I knew it was weird. B. Arthur running the cantina. Harvey Korman's four-armed Chef Jefferson stars Itchy's weird virtual fantasy. But hey, Boba Fett.
Thank you, Bradley.
Listen, we have to celebrate Life Day and the Star Wars Christmas special because truly it was the introduction of Boba Fett. And that's how we ended up where we are. So
that's very true. Like, we would not have The Mandalorian. We wouldn't have like Boba Fett, Jango Fett.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the holiday special. That's so true. That's so true.
Also, again, and the ailment in chat echoed my sentiments. Everything in Clone Wars is canon. So the relationship between Duchess Satine and Obi-Wan is canon. Literally, Kevin Kiner wrote a track for Clone Wars that is called Obi-Wan and Satine. It's canon.
And we might get more of it in the Obi-Wan show too.
Oh God, I hope so.
We might get a lot of we might even get flashbacks. Imagine.
Sign me up.
Yeah, I was gonna say Emma Fyffe as Duchess Satine. What? Are you gonna play Duchess Satine? I was gonna say too.
I fucking wish.
Right? That'd be amazing. I'm gonna play Din's cousin. I'm gonna be like, "What up, fool?" Just show up, take off my Mando helmet. That's my role that I'm playing.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal's little cousin.
We do have one more donation from Style and Moose. And again, people, if you donate over $10, the over $10 mark, your message will be read out loud by the robot. And if it's under $10, it'll be fumbled by your boy. Style and Moose. Do you all think Grogu will return to the show? To me, he was essential to the show as much as everyone else. Thanks for the great season and the Star Wars education.
I think it'll be like a series finale type thing, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe like season 4 or something.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see him in the next season, but he definitely does feel, it definitely does feel to me like he will return.
Yeah, I agree. I want to say something else too, and it's brought up by Bradley Burnett, and this will be the last thing I'll say before we jump to our squad up moment. Because I have a small squad up that I think is a lot of fun and a good send off for the end of the year. But my thing that I want to say, and this is what I might burn bridges, but he mentioned that it's refreshing to see positivity inside the Star Wars universe. Literally right as episode 1 premiered for The Mandalorian this year, which was in November, a lot of people were tweeting out that this concept, this belief that The Mandalorian is a way to celebrate the Star Wars and to bring down the sequels and to bring down the characters of Rey, of Poe, of Finn, characters that I love, of bring down The Last Jedi, Force Awakens, and they keep saying like Mandalorian is way better than those crappy sequels. And I want to make it clear, I really find it frustrating, number one. Number two, I think that we can celebrate both. And if I'm being honest, I love the sequels, man. And I also love The Mandalorian. It's different vibes, different concept, different storytelling in a different medium, in a different way. RB3 and I have talked a lot about on First Cut and on the meaning of the concept of television shows, series, and the differentiation between that and movies. And I feel like there is a different style, a different vibe. And I honestly will unabashedly always love the sequels. I will unabashedly say that Rey is a top 5 Star Wars character. Sorry, that's just what I believe. And I see that as what I've seen on the films. And I think that there is a manner in which we can both celebrate The Mandalorian and appreciate what it is and appreciate the characters of Din and appreciate what Filoni is doing and at the same time appreciate what Rian Johnson did, what J.J. Abrams did.
100%.
So that's what I want to deliver as like my final message for Sabacc the Block is that let's celebrate.
Yeah. So very specifically, the thing that made me go, oh, Luke's going to show up in this episode was a tweet by our good mutual friend of all, Cameron Rice, who tweeted basically saying a little bit of what you're saying, Ace, though in his very Cameron way, which can be a little argumentative, which was basically like, yo, people out there being like, oh, this bit in The Mandalorian is fixing The Last Jedi. It's like, no, it's not. It's not fixing The Last Jedi. This is what happened in the season finale of The Mandalorian with Luke makes sense for where that character is in his journey at that point. He is still at the point of being like, I got this. I'm the hero. I'm a reinstate the Jedi Order. And it was many, many years of being put up on a pedestal that ate away at his psyche to get him to the point that he was at when we saw him in Last Jedi, particularly because he felt like he had failed the one person who meant the most to him, which was his nephew.
Yeah, it makes total sense. There's a great thread by my buddy of mine, Alden Diaz, of Octo.
Alden.
I know Alden.
Yeah, Alden's great. I've been on his show before, and he has a great post about talking about the road of Luke Skywalker. It's not just one simple direction. It's complex. It has issues. It has tragedy. There's different things involved that make this episode make perfect sense along with The Last Jedi and to make it fit in canon. This is 30 years later, guys.
100%.
Chill.
Yeah, I feel like people just wanted like a plastic, dumb, like, you know, just no line, you know, kind of cameo kind of person. And you know, it's cool I mean, listen, I don't watch The Mandalorian, so I'm just speaking out of just, you know, what I see online and whatnot. Like, I mean, of course, like this scene was just as cool as the Darth Vader scene at the end of Rogue One, right? But I think, you know, nobody came out of Rogue One saying like, oh, that fixed like Darth Vader from the prequels. Like that fixed Darth Vader, you know, from that. Like, I don't know why this kind of attitude is coming around from the sequels though. I think it's just because now it's kind of cool to hate on Star Wars, especially cool to hate on the sequel trilogy. So, you know, I don't know.
Can I echo that too and say, as cool as lightsaber moments are, as cool as Luke Skywalker taking down droids, to me, in Star Wars, nothing will beat character development, characters facing down an issue that they have to overcome, a character realizing that maybe what he's done in the past or what he's currently doing is not the correct thing to do. And what he has to do in The Last Jedi is become that legend, overcome it, take up that lightsaber, force project, and be the light, the spark of hope that Poe says he is. That's, to me, that's beautiful Star Wars. And to me, if I'm being honest, that's better than what we got in this scene in 5 minutes of Luke Skywalker, like taking down like 20 droids. I think it's better, man. I really do.
Again, it's cool to see Luke Skywalker show up and take down droids, but like the humanity of that character in The Last Jedi, and again, like that exploration of the trauma that comes with being put up on a pedestal for your, you know, entire adult life, young adult life, is just incredible. And again, to like see him like confront and become the legend that everybody always expected him to be was like I got chills just talking about it. Like it was just, it's beautiful filmmaking. And it fits well into the story of Luke Skywalker and what he is and what he's become and what he's faced in the past. I think that makes sense, man. And I think there's an avenue and there's a way where we can enjoy both things. And I don't, and it frustrates me to see people who enjoy The Mandalorian, who love The Mandalorian, decide to try and tear down fans of the sequels or fans of Rey or fans of The Last Jedi, anything like that, because I feel like we don't have to do that. And I don't find it necessary or fulfilling in any way. So I want to deliver that to anyone who watches this and say, hey, let's enjoy both, man. 100%. And you don't have to enjoy everything about both. Like this is a thing that I think has been lost, which is the ability to be critical about things that we love, but still love them. Yeah. Like we are allowed to expect better of the things that we love because that's how they get better. Absolutely. But I still feel like but I still feel like there is this weird thing, and I feel like it's only in Star Wars, if I'm being honest, Emma, because I have a lot of other fandoms that I love, and I think Star Wars fans just do this, where they single out people who do enjoy it. Yes. And that to me is always going to be weird, because I've said it a million times. I love The Rise of Skywalker. I will always say that, and I probably am one of 5 people who do. You're not one of 5 people that do, Ace. There are a lot of people that really loved it. I'm not one of them, but there's a lot of people that loved it. But I get it, because send me their numbers. I'm sure you're in the same boat as me of being on the opposite end of it. Like if you express love for something, particularly in Star Wars, for some reason you end up on the with the vitriol of the people who dislike it rather than being encouraged by the people who like it. So, for example, I was not the hugest fan of Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka, which I said on this show, and I felt like I was getting attacked for it constantly. Meanwhile, there are a lot of other people that feel the same way that I do, but instead of other people chiming in and being like, you know what? I felt the same way. It was a lot of like, you're wrong. The majority of Star Wars fans thought she was amazing. You're not a real Star Wars fan. You should go in the trash can.
Yeah, it's really disappointing because that's what I receive too a lot of the time when it comes to a lot of my thoughts. But it's one of those things where I don't feel like that's ever gonna be necessary, man. Like, let people enjoy the Clone Wars animated movie if they want to enjoy that, or let them enjoy Resistance, the animated show, or Rise of Skywalker, or Last Jedi, or Attack of the Clones, man. Like, I love Attack of the Clones, and I'm always going to say that.
And again, there is a difference between like being critical of something that you enjoy and expecting more or better from it by your estimation without bringing down the people that genuinely enjoyed a thing and don't have any criticism of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, well, Ace is wrong because he loves Rise of Skywalker. Like, do I like Rise of Skywalker? No. The further away I get from it, the more I dislike it. But you know what? That's fine. There's lots of Star Wars to like. And there are things that I liked about Rise of Skywalker. Was I a little underwhelmed in some aspects by the finale of this season of The Mandalorian? Yes, because I felt like there was a lot of pomp and circumstance put into the Luke Skywalker thing that I didn't feel anything seeing except like cool lightsaber fighting. But at the same time, the relationship between The Mandalorian and Baby Grogu was incredible. Their last scene together made me weep. And also, can we talk about the fact that so much of this episode was 4 ladies infiltrating a freaking Star Destroyer, just kicking ass?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I will never understand people who destroyed, tore down, obliterated the character of Rey and called her trash and Mary Sue. And now they're like, The Mandalorian is the greatest show ever. And I'm like, bro,
that's upsetting.
Do you not see 4 women who are kicking ass? How did Fennec Shand dodge a blaster bolt? You're not concerned about that, right? Like, oh my God, it blows my brain and it pisses me off because I feel like Rey is one of the best Star Wars characters ever. And I feel like you can never separate that. And that frustrates me because if you give that a shot, if you give it another look, you could see like, oh, damn, like she's got emotion. She's complex. She's kind. She's the type of person who wants to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Like, that's the perfect Star Wars character. But you're mad because she holds a lightsaber. Like, it just frustrates me. Let's realize that Star Wars has the same message in everything you see it in, whether it's a TV show, in an animated show, or in a movie. You're gonna see the same themes, which is anyone can hold a lightsaber, anyone can fight against evil, anyone can pick up a blaster and decide to fight an authoritarian, empirical government that is setting their dominion over everyone else.
Yeah.
And they have the right and they have the ability to fight back because they choose to. That is the Star Wars message in any single one of them. So if you're against that, you're against Star Wars, fam. Yeah. That's just how it is. And that's my last thought for the episode. Let's do a quick squad up before we go. Okay. So squad up with Squad Leader Race. This is the Jedi edition, Emma. And RB3, if you want to jump in too, man. So you are a Jedi going through the journey to become a full-fledged master. In order to become that best Jedi, you can select your perfect scenarios. So the first thing you have to select, guys, is select your Jedi master. Any trainer, any master Jedi who you want to be your personal master to teach you, and you could be their apprentice. Number 2, select your lightsaber crystal color so you can kick ass in style.
Okay.
Number 3, select whether you want to train in Coruscant in the temple or explore the galaxy with your master. And finally, select your Jedi elective. This is my favorite. These were all like possible names of Sabacc the Block.
Your Jedi elective.
Jedi elective. So these are the classes that you can take when you're in the training for a Jedi. Number 1 is piloting for dummies. Number 2, you could select stay on target, which is blaster shooting. Number 3 is linguistics, which is important. Number 4 is aggressive negotiations.
Ooh.
Number 5 is, I called it Meditation Nation.
Meditation Nation.
Where you learn how to meditate and possibly see the future. And finally, lightsaber construction. Learn how to build a lightsaber in style.
Ooh.
So those are your possible Jedi electives. Emma.
Okay.
First and foremost, who is your master?
Oh man.
There's so many good choices.
There's so many good choices. Yeah. Give me a second.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll go with mine.
Okay, what is yours? Yeah.
I'm so excited to say mine.
Okay.
Just because I think he's the GOAT master. I really do feel this way. And
is it Qui-Gon Jinn?
It's Qui-Gon Jinn.
Because Qui-Gon was on my list. He was on my list.
I think Qui-Gon is that.
Okay.
He's the best. Because
you know why? Okay, please no. Continue on your Qui-Gon thing, and then I'm gonna tell you mine.
Qui-Gon is the kind of guy who knows when to like go by the book and follow the rules and go with the advice of Master Yoda, or follow his instinct and just kind of lay back and rely on the Force and teach you how to do both really well.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon to me is the best master.
Okay, so this character has like a little bit of that Qui-Gon vibe to him, but is maybe a little more like stern and like cool with the Jedi Order than Qui-Gon, who they were a little like, buddy, really? I'm gonna go with Jaro Tapal, who was Cal Kestis's Jedi Master.
That's a great one.
Good one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was RB3s. You took RB3s, man.
I'm sorry.
I only know like 2 video games, so I'm
Yeah, I feel like RB3 is like the Jedi Fallen Order expert. Every time we mention that, he's like, well, actually in this stage when you do that.
Yes, I love it.
RB3, do you have one?
do I have a Jedi Master? Let's see here. Qui-Gon's already taken. Okay, so we talked about okay, so how about I gotta bring Obi-Wan out of retirement.
Yeah, he's a great Jedi Master also.
That's my favorite character. So
see, there you go. I think I just gotta, he'll show me what to do, and he's a good one. He's not like Mace; he'll go crazy on you or anything like that. So
yeah,
Mace would. Quinlan Voss, Derek Lugo says Quinlan Voss in the chat. A couple people said Qui-Gon. A couple people said Ahsoka. All right, what's your lightsaber color?
Oh, orange.
Ooh, there's a couple oranges in the chat. I like that.
Definitely orange.
RB3, what's yours?
I am going to take from Mace with this because I think this is a dope color. I got to go with purple.
Purple's so dope for a lightsaber. It's so dope.
I feel like that's the most like swaggish of them all. Like it's so like, like if you're walking up with a purple lightsaber, it's almost like a pimp cane. Walking up with it. You have to like lean back every time you walk. So let's do the final one.
Wait, did you say your lightsaber color?
Oh, I didn't. No, you're right. I'm sorry. Mine is, I can't lie. Part of it is because I love the final reveal of Rey's lightsaber, but part of it is also I've always liked it. Yellow. I'm going yellow. I think yellow's awesome. I think it's super cool. Dope. Do you guys want to stay in Coruscant or you guys want to explore the galaxy with your master?
Hell no, I'm exploring the galaxy, man.
How about you, RB3?
I'm not. I'm in no rush to leave the Great Coruscant. I'm good to.
You're sticking around.
Yeah.
You got your own apartment there.
Yeah,
you got a Jedi temple.
I feel like the galaxy is where it gets scary. That's where the Empire is.
Yeah, you could actually die.
You could actually die.
So.
Finally, what is your Jedi
you didn't
elective?
Say if you were sticking around or
not.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm definitely exploring the galaxy because I want to risk it all.
Yeah.
And I think Qui-Gon is the perfect guy to do it with. So part of it to me is like Qui-Gon's going to be like this planet, that, and this does that. And you can define cultures this way. And he's so good at that.
Yeah. So that's very in line with my elective choice. because I would like to take linguistics. This is a personal thing for me, Emma. Like, I wish I could just bust out multiple languages, but I only speak English fluently. So I like really, really, really want to be fluent in other languages. And so if I, as a Jedi, am just like able to bust out whatever language, like it's cool. Like I know protocol droids exist and they can speak every language and you don't really need linguistics, but like, I feel like you immediately are able to connect with other cultures if you can speak the language to a certain degree. And so as far as being somebody that is like an ambassador of sorts that's more into talking my way out of fights than actually fighting fights, I'm down with the linguistics.
I'm 100% behind you, Emma. I added this to the list because I feel like this is so underrated. I'm also that kind of guy who like, I would love to like travel the world and be able to speak all the languages they speak. And just to me, I think that's so cool. And I'm fascinated by language in general. However, I think, man, there's so many great ones, but I feel like I would go to Meditation Nation.
Ooh, he's trying to see the future.
I'm trying to see the future. I want to hang out with Yoda. I'm gonna do the Grogu pose, the meditation pose that he did. Yeah, I'm going with that. How about you, RB3?
Well, I was actually going to go with Meditation Nation too, which wasn't that originally one of the names of Sabacc the Black that we talked about, or
these are all like possible names I had, like Aggressive Negotiations, Meditation Nation, Jedi
Negotiation.
These are all possible Sabacc the Black names I had. Full disclosure, guys, this is what you get for the season finale. You get inside scoops as far as what could have been the name of the show.
There was one. Can I say one that came really? Oh, nah. Maybe we should save it.
Let's save it.
There was one that came really close at the end though. That was really good too. But.
Yeah. What? Oh, you said meditation is yours?
Yeah, well, I'm actually going to take Star Wars building. I mean, sorry, lightsaber building now since shake things up a little bit. Why not?
Yeah. No one chose Stay on Target. The blaster shooting one. Dane Smith, do we have that one? RB3?
Oh yeah, that one. Let me play that one out loud. Give me 1 second. Yeah, give me 1 second. It should be able to play out loud in one moment.
No worries, man.
Here we go.
There are great emotional moments in all Star Wars movies. My favorites are Obi-Wan's "You Were the Chosen One" speech and every scene with Yoda training Luke in the original trilogy. What emotional scenes stick out for you all?
There's a lot.
I mean, okay. So I feel like I've just been simping for The Last Jedi this entire episode, but the scene in Last Jedi, it's a twofold thing of Luke coming in to the base on Crate's name of the planet, right? The like salt planet. And like him like saying goodbye to her, and like you know that she knows that like he's not really there and that this is gonna kill him. Like that like brother sister moment to me was just like so great. And then also like Leia sort of like passing off leadership to Poe.
Love that. I love that moment. It's so good.
It's all like encompassed in that same sort of basic scene, but yeah.
I have 3. I'll say my 3. So I'll go with I always get emotional and I don't know why. Part of it is the score, part of it is because I love Yoda. Mm-hmm. But when he pulls the X-Wing out of the swamp, and you hear the Yoda's theme just like go full blast, and he basically shows Luke the potential of what he can do. I think that's such a good moment. Probably my most emotional moment, and it always gets me every time I watch it. And I watch the movies a lot. It's Return of the Jedi, where Luke throws away his lightsaber and he says the famous line, "I'm a Jedi like my father before me." And you've lost your highness, all that stuff. But that to me gets me so much because I feel like that's Luke, like just straight up throwing away the lightsaber, going against the grain, and being like, I'm going to honor my father who's right there. And even if he doesn't want to honor me, I'm going to honor him, and I'm going to honor my family and what they stood for and not fight back. I love that. That to me is like the most like family centric, like beautiful moment in Star Wars. And finally, Rise of Skywalker. Rey, hearing all the voices of the Jedi always gets me. I really do feel part of it is because I grew up with all these films. So hearing Obi-Wan, hearing Ahsoka, hearing Mace Windu, hearing Qui-Gon Jinn, hearing Kanan, it gets me every time when he says, in the heart of a Jedi lies their strength. Gets me every time. But that moment to me is like the encompassing of Star Wars, where to me, like Rey embodies all these Jedi before her. And that's why to me, she is all the Jedi and she is the ultimate Jedi and one of my favorite characters. So that's why that's probably one of my most emotional moments. So, all right, before we go, let's read a couple of what people said. For some reason, oh, there we go. It can scroll now because mine wasn't scrolling.
Oh, we do have a couple Streamlabs that did come in.
Oh, okay,
too.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's do that then.
We have one from Gregory Dope. And again, people, firstcut.live is pinned at the top of the description and also at the top of the chat. So if you want to contribute to the show, firstcut.live. We have a really nice website. Gregory Dope, I think that's your name. Thank you, Emma and Ace and RB3 and any crew. This is a great show, a fantastic Star Wars show, a good time. I love the conversation. I love the originals I grew up with, the prequels, the sequels, other shows I also love. Great stories for me.
Thank you, Gregory.
Yeah.
That's great.
They are great stories. That's why we're here.
And that's actually it for the Streamlabs so far. So
nice.
No worries. Let's finish up a couple of what people said. Captain Murphy said Obi-Wan is my favorite Jedi.
I love
that's why I want to be trained by Qui-Gon. He also said pink for his lightsaber. And that he wants to explore the galaxy and train with lightsaber fighting for aggressive negotiation. Darth Mr. Meeseeks. Sorry, I always mess up that name.
Nice, yes.
He said Ahsoka, orange, and aggressive negotiations. That's cool. Bradley Burnett said underwater basket weaving. Sure, yeah. You can go.
Listen, anything's possible. Yeah, you just like go live on Naboo and like take underwater basket weaving. I'm sure the Gungans are great at it.
These are all great. Ray Dominguez says purple all the way. Captain Murphy says that's Plo Koon's original color. I think he's talking about my yellow.
Oh yeah, the yellow.
A lot of people want to explore like Ailment. He says he wants to explore the galaxy. Derek Lugo said linguistics.
That's a good one.
Cool. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate you guys, anyone who's tuned in throughout this season. Obviously, this was kind of like an experiment as far as seeing what's going to happen with Sabacc the Block. We'll be back next season, which is January. We're going to take the holiday season off.
Yes.
Emma, where can everyone find you?
You can find me all over the internet, wherever Emma Fyffes are sold, at my name, Emma Fyffe. I'm probably going to stream a couple times on my Twitch channel during my hiatus from the download. We just wrapped up season 1. We're in the midst of planning, retooling things for season 2. So stay tuned for more info on that. It's going to be even more easily accessible and consumable than it ever previously has been. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Again, Emma, thank you so much for joining us these past few weeks. It's been amazing. RB3.
You could find me on Twitter and Instagram at Director RB3. And you could, if you want to contribute to our Seed and Sparks campaign for Cardboard Castles, we are in our last couple weeks. Our last day is actually December 31st, and we are really far from the goal. So if people want to come in and help us out and show some support and some love for a really inclusive, amazing, diverse film that we're putting together here, make sure to check out our Seed and Spark campaign. It's my pinned tweet on my Twitter, as well as you can find it our live stream fundraiser that we did on First Cut last week here on our channel as well. So
yeah, obviously please go support that. Go support Emma. Watch Ven. I think that's a great show, and obviously that's a great way to support Emma as well.
Yes.
Obviously, guys, I'm at Squad Leader Race. You can follow us on social media at First Cut TMO as well. Please subscribe to First Cut if you haven't done so already. Like this video if you haven't done so already. And Go Suns. 8-0 in the bubble, baby. We're coming back. We're getting that chip. Either way, guys, for the Sabacc the Block crew, we're peacing out. Peace.
Fair and square, baby. Fair and